The more you want, the less you end up with sometimes. And the harder you grab and hold on to something, the faster it slips through your fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of those days. Happy New Year yet again. 20 days, 21 days in. I'm filming this at the night, towards the night. I've been going through like all these videos, all these topics from all these different types of people. And I noticed a pattern where a lot of people who, at least in my point of view, would have everything figured out. Like you have your money, you have your associations, you know what you're gonna do for a living. You wake up, you do what you gotta do, and then you just call it a day, or and rinse and repeat. And you think that like that will be the end of it. Just having people who you know how to live and navigate through life. And we oftentimes associate those types of people with the celebrity, the TV sitcom, archetypes. And by extension, the internet now. And I think like the internet probably had like a very abrupt introduction to like the idea of the internet as the media, because back in those times we thought of the internet as just raw information, okay, you need to download something, oh, you need to mod something, oh, you need to figure out how to construct something, use the developer kits, 3D modeling, animation, all these things, right? Mind you, it's much more advanced than it was back in those days. Those days was just like pure math, pure math, and now it's just like it's ease of introduction to, especially for people like me, where you can just like basically do everything by hand. So what am I getting at with this whole monkey paw for fools? Well, the monkey paw, at least how the story goes, is when a person makes a wish, they get their wish granted, but with a heaping dose of ironic inconvenience. So let's say you want to live forever, right? Like you never want to die. And then magically you become this like gigantic tree, which is like unreasonably large. Like it's just so big that it's like the size of a mountain. But then you're a tree. You're stationary, right? That's the essence. Like obviously, like this story was written in 1907, I believe. So it's taking its time to go all the way back in the age of, I guess for me that would be the age of antiquity. Although technically it's just a post-industrial age, or no, is it pre-industrial? Yeah, it's pre-industrial. Huh. Wow. Yeah, that is the age of antiquity. Wow. So it's like such a long, like almost. Well, it is antiquated story. It is. If it's in the age of antiquity, it is an antiquated story. But it holds true for today, and especially around the world. Check this out. I haven't played this game in so long, and I just cheese all the monsters by using the paralysis and then stabbing them. There's like entire videos of like people doing like these gigantic ass combos and stuff, and this is all I do. Dude, but I tried to like fight the bosses, and like I just got really. But then again, I should set the difficulty from like back to normal. It's on hard right now, so you can't really blame me for cheesing the enemy like this. But like, let's take for instance, Andrew Tate, right? So he has the money, he has the fame and the respect, but it's not what he wanted apparently. I think he wanted glory for some reason. I don't know, like how much more glory does he need, basically? But it's in the weirdest of weirdest ways. First, he participates in a contact sport that he is semi-familiar with, like the idea that you have to give up, in his fighting prestige, his with his techniques, like his two of his striking appendages. So he just has to you use footwork and just punch the entire time. Footwork, punch. Now, when you observe that fight, not only was that not demonstrated by both opponents, mind you, both opponents had terrible footwork, terrible. It was just um, a very much amateur looking boxing match, if you will. But they both inhibited those traits, and when he lost, right, and then he was spiraling in his psychological, copes and reasonings, I began to realize that he wanted something that, even though he didn't necessarily, at least from my point of view, he can argue over it whether he needed to win this match or whether this or that, like the validity, the point of it, and then like him coming out and coping about him making lots of money and this and that, and like it's just dumb. Like even if you were gonna throw away your life for what was it, 20 mil, right? Yeah, there's easier. No, I'm not saying easier ways of doing that, but there's more. Like you could maybe make that. This is coming from me. I've never made $1 million in my life, but like if you're a guy that big, Andrew Tate, you could probably, I don't know, make a biography movie, star like enough famous people in it, and then maybe, I don't know. Like I honestly actually don't know how to make 20 mil just like that. But like surrendering your integrity, like everything you've built up to like chase something that you don't need. And I was always wondering like why? Right? Like not necessarily for Andrew Tate, but just like in general, why do these people always do this? Like they have every single thing that they could possibly want, and yet for some reason, right? They just have to fuck it up. They have to like ruin it. They have to uh okay, so case in point, right? So I gave Miskiff an unfortunate, and I do mean unfortunate praise because I knew nothing about this guy. He's I guess a cross dresser. He is very like a sexual deviant basically. And the idea that like he can get on this like behind this cause of like insulting all of the OTK, One True King. Is that a reference to Jesus? Maybe. Um, it's beyond stupid because you see these pictures of this guy and you're like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, even if you are on the right with this, right? With this whole, he's throwing shade at Tectone over like some personal shit. And I don't know why, like what Tectone did to him in specificity, but I'm guessing it's because of the whole Emaru situation. And the reason why, like, I bring him up in light of Andrew Tate is because exact same thing. The guy's like one of the top streamers. Apparently, I don't fucking know anymore, man. Like, I'm just 40 years old. I just don't fucking care. If you're the top streamer, I don't. And has a beautiful woman. She's top 30 under 30. I don't know if she you know what I mean? I don't fucking like follow these people. It's their whole personal life, right? And then like the breakup was mostly instigated by him over jealousy due to the fact that he introduced her to his audience and like his group's audience, so like they're all like streamers, they're all like whatever buddies and stuff, and because she's a girl and naturally the internet's full of horny guys and you can't like fuck you know what I mean, like hey, Miskip, you're fucking dressing up as a girl. You understand like how fucking warped your mind is? Like you getting surprised over Emaru surpassing you in followers and viewers and donations and all that shit is like me getting surprised when I go outside and it's raining and I get wet. It's the same level of fucking. It's just so dumb. It's like this dual blade user. He likes ignoring me. Stop ignoring me. I'm trying to block your attacks. Yeah, I blocked your attack. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? Oh, he's ignoring me. Sorry, but like, it was a pointless endeavor. And then like he's coming out. He's like, yo, I'm gonna throw shade at all these guys. I got shit on Asmongold, on Tectone, on what's the other guy? I heard his name just today. It was like this weird ass name. Whatever. Anyways, like his whole crew and stuff. And apparently, like he said that Tech Dome was in love with Emeru. And I'm like, well, yeah, she's gorgeous, but I don't know, like personally, if that was the case. But it's coming from like a very insecure guy who doesn't really need anything. And I've always asked myself, like, I have a friend who's a streamer, and I always ask, like, what is the aftermath of streaming? And it's a very uncomfortable question where they know that if they don't find success doing this, it's a bust. It was like for nothing, and you've wasted all this power, time, effort, money. Well, you probably made some money, but like more or less, like you're either in the red or you broke even, and then you call it quits. And there's so many of these streamers, these YouTubers, these personalities that are like this. It's just the norm, right? And then like again, okay, I know, I know. I was trying to like put some space between them and Lakari. So I'm not. I'm just gonna go jump in. Hassan. Yo, Lakari's getting a little bit of a 2 minute, 3 minute break. Like he like kept streaming. How long did he stream after that? After you got like booked with that, was it the whole day or was it like a couple hours or some shit? I think it was a couple hours, man. That's some like thing. But then Hassan, right? Wants to push his agenda, wants to like enable the caliphate, and it's like conduct is completely like dismissive of all these instances of aggressions, micro, major aggressions against basically people who are antithetical to his cause, and he he has all these people rallying behind him. They're like, yeah, we support you. We'll write like fluff pieces on like you know magazines. We'll like do whatever, right? And to their credit, they do help him out a lot, like a lot. Like I don't know many guys out there who can say America deserved 9/11 and then have their uncle force an apology out of him, and then during that forced apology, like no, afterwards, after that forced apology, like you literally are um, able to have a career and a YouTube stuff back. And people could argue that that gave him more popularity, at least internationally and shit. But it was like it was never organic with that guy. And the idea that like all these guys want to like style on each other and be like, "Oh, you're a view body." No, you're a view. I don't fucking care. Like I watch Asmongold. Like you know what I mean? Like I think Emeru's hot, but I don't know. She doesn't make YouTube videos, so I don't watch her. I don't watch Twitch. I think I saved myself like a lot of brain cells by doing such. And yeah, man, like not only does all the things that he's ever wanted, like the youth, right? He's dyeing his sideburns, ghost white from ghost white to like this like burgundy brown, and then turns like red because he keeps washing it. And then his hair, holy fuck, holy fuck, eh? And then, not to mention the whole like every single movement he got behind the Houthis, the Iranians, the Palestinians, just all of them. Like, why did you even open your mouth if you're just gonna make the situation that much worse for everybody? Like, if anything, like if somebody told me that Hassan Anabi, Piker, whatever his name is, was a agent for Mossad, I'd probably take a second or two to consider that, and then like it actually kind of does line up. It does. And he knows it. He's like, am I a willing idiot? Ah, yeah, man. Ah, yeah. Hey, yo. Now I might be talking mad amounts of shit, but before I jump in with the whole like, situations and shit, I just gotta bring up a quick aside with a low tier god. So I'm not subscribed because I'm tired of like subscribing to all these fucking different channels. I think I'm subscribed to two, which is Raider and LG. But what was I gonna say again? Low tier god apparently is wearing a hair unit is what it is, and I think it's specifically for African Americans or just like Africans in general, where it's like because of their hair, like it's harder for you to see if they have a wig on. So it's just like watching this video. It's just like a casual video, and it's like, okay, let me see if this guy's actually bald. Like I see the title of the video, and it's like, all right, whatever, hair unit. Let's see what the fuck this is. So I actually Google searched it because I didn't know what it was, and they showed me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Dude, I love the internet. You never like not know anything. You just like learn things at like light speed, basically. So the hair unit that low tier guy has on is the reason why he's scratching so much because he's got to shave off like the top of his head. So like if he's balding, his hairline's receding and shit. It's just like it it domes it. So it's like you're like Mr. Burns. So you got like a little like surface area to put that wig on, and then you just like fix it on, and then it's like that. And I watched him scratch his hair in this video, and I kid you not, I like you gotta give credit to these restreamers and these guys who like criticize these people because they pick up on the littlest littlest ass thing. Like you can't be lying about balding. You can't be lying about being having muscles. You can't be lying about I guess your dick size or like your performance in bed or like these basic ass things, right? Like height. You can't lie about that or like these basic ass things that people are trying to get right, like they want to get strong, right? And then they take steroids, but then they got all these side effects, the monkey paw of fools, right? Same thing with a leg lengthening surgery, what was it, rhinoplasties, all these like invasive surgeries. Like look, if you got in a like major accident and stuff and you gotta like fix your face, okay, cool, that's the stipulation, that's the expectation, right? But when people are doing that and they want I don't know, youth, beauty, this and that, then the monkey paw for these fools it closes in, right? So low tier god with his hair unit, just trying to appeal to the kids, lying about his age, lying about his kid, this and that. So this is like, wow, dude. How did this man? I think his name is like low tier god or something like that. Find this shit out. I was just like, what? All right, all right, all right. Now I gotta jump into it with the whole Lakari situation. The whole. Actually, I'm gonna go even further and then take it to like even like other people's and stuff because it's like you can pretty much have everything you want in life and be set up for like your next decade or so, your foreseeable future, even like start saving to invest in your kids and your your house, whatever, right? But these people who just want these unattainable things, like, and like for in the Kari's case, I don't understand it 100%. Like I get the fact that like he broke up with his girlfriend, so he was like singling, mingling and shit. But this kind of behavior isn't like surface level, obviously. So like he wanted fame, fortune, a career, this and that, and then what he got was infamy, you know? Like a man who we should all think about, like what these people want in life, right? Like all these like from the people who are against the government to the people who are for, you know, unlimited amounts of immigration, to people who have like an agenda to push, whether it's for corrupt individuals or for the sake of, just being heard in a world where, you just don't matter. Like, I think the last example I want to bring up actually is I Show Speed, because I was going into it and like there was a lot I missed. So to be brief, he went to Morocco among like he was just going touring Africa, right? So he went to Morocco, and they were accosting him, making monkeys now noises, throwing bananas at him, and then I left out the part where he was in Algeria and some like stream. I actually made a comment about it, but I just want to like talk about it briefly because yeah, it's just so dysfunctional. It's just so weird. You want people to like you. You want people. You want the best for them to bring like visibility to their country, their cultures, and this and that. And now you're all finding out like you can't be nice. You can't be yourself. Nobody really likes you, I guess.